is up, YouTube? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? So we're going to cover some price action, have a little bit of a move to the downside. It's 12, what is it, AM, PM, whatever. It's noon in the Netherlands. And of course, 12 to 1 is usually 12 to 2, I suppose, is usually the time I also upload a video. So I was like, yeah, it's actually a good moment to go live and observe the price action, where actually quite quickly after my morning video, I put this on my chart. So I will run you through this because I already posted it in silver, but actually we analyzed this part of the chart, but I kind of completely forgot in the morning update to actually check on this side as well. So that is what we're going to do in this video as well. So yeah, let's see if we get any sort of volatility. Would be nice, right? Would be nice. So what we're going to do in this live stream is, of course, we're going to run through Elliott waves, where I guess I'm going to start on the higher time frame shortly, but then zoom in, and we're going to keep an eye on what price is doing locally, right? We have a bit of bearish CVD divergences as well. The target is this low over here. We also have the bullish ones, but you know, we need some support here. Yeah, bearish CVD played out if it takes this low. Bullish CVD plays out if it takes the high. On my chart, this high has not been taken. I understand on another, I think Binance or something, it did get taken, but on my chart, we still got the bearish CVD. So what's up, Flotty? How you doing? Vipin Sani, up or down or sideways, like I said. How long? We are in this range for a long period of time, so it's testing our patience, right? Dawa, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Entered the short last week, and I'm still in the same one at the same level. Last week, Thursday, you got yourself a nice short somewhere up there. That's good. That's good. I mean, so far, look, as long as you're not breaking this high, it's difficult to be bullish, actually, right? Because you need to break this high to test the daily gap for the third time. If you break this high, the probabilities are quite high to just move to the upside immediately to 45 to 46K. But we're not there, right? We're not there. So yeah, we're going to cover the range, of course, again as well. Adiras, take the lows. Right, take the lows. Yeah. Ionut Sandu, welcome. Dower joke. Could have been. I mean, from an Elliott wave perspective, and I mean, I had a target box, some resistance myself there as well. But then we had this slow bleed to the downside. I mean, arguably, it was a good area for a short for yourself. But of course, then this is the main move. Here, you're just paying fees. Or not paying, you're probably getting fees, not paying fees. Lol. We're not in a long, we're in a short. So, and yeah, so you get paid by being in a short. And of course, initially there was the thought for a 4 and a 5, which is still there. But now it's quite clear, if we take the high here, probabilities increase to just fill this whole gap to the upside quite quickly, I suppose, because there's not too much left here. It's a bit of empty space. But yeah, we're definitely not there yet. We're still in the middle of this range, but hopefully we get a bit of clarity today. That would be nice. Pistachio, potential 5 down here on the 50 minute. If we put in a 4 and a 5, yeah, we're going to cover what's up here. So quite like right after the update this morning, I actually looked at this move to the downside together with John in Discord as well. He posted some counts, and it's too long for a wave C. So arguably it's an A or a 1, because you can count an impulse in here, but that kind of means you want to see a B and a C, or a 1, 2, and a 3. So yeah, we're going to cover this area of the chart on the right side of the recent high. Did you see the Wyckoff thing? Not yet, but feel free to post it in Discord and tag me, so I can have a look. What's up, bro? What's up, D-Lee? Doing very well. Bogdan, what's up? How you doing? Welcome. I think Bogdan is the most, he's not the most gifted person. He is the person that has gifted the most. That's how I should say it. Big Ladusky. Okay, let's have a look here before we go into Elliott Waves. Right, some Wyckoff. Let's see. So what do we have here? This must be your UTAD. This is your phase C here. You arguably you need a psi here. This is your BC. AR ST SOW. Yes. Oh wait, you have the low. This is your AR. I see. Yeah, because it's the low of the range. So this is just a wave. Okay. And also on many charts, this is the high. So this is your BC on many charts. Okay, I get it. So then you have your AR, ST, SOE, UT. This is all phase B. Or this has to be your UT, not this one. This has to be your UT. UTAD test. So we're currently following the Wyckoff, this one, the LPSY, and the SO here as well, arguably already in. So phase E, right? Interesting one. Interesting one. I like a little bit of Wyckoff. So okay, in this video, everyone, welcome first of all of you. We're going to go through Elliott Waves. We're going to shortly start on the higher time frames, and then we're going to zoom into what's happening locally, and also we're going to zoom in through the scenario I have here, which is a scenario I got pretty much right after the morning update video when I only looked at this side of the chart. So we're going to have a look at this scenario as well, of course, and the other stuff that I have in my folders. And yeah, it should be a nice little bit of analysis. I'm going to try to keep it short and spicy, concise, as we like to do on the channel. And then we go into chatting, you know, basically Q&A, answering your questions, chatting about price action and all the good stuff, right? So that is what we're going to do in this live stream. And we'll see how long we're live for, because as always, I do have some other stuff to do. And if price is just going to range here in, like, let's say an hour or 1 hour and a half, I'll probably go off, right, at like 1:15. And if later price is then going to show any volatility breaking out to either the down or the upside, I'll go back on and I'll talk with you about the scenarios and what we're looking for and how to not trade, because no financial advice, but what to wait for, you know, if we get a breakout, what to look for. So but yeah, let's see what we get in the upcoming hour, shall we? So shout out Kunz. Is it good to sell now? It kind of depends on your strategy, right? Your plan and your strategy, because I can't tell. So with my personal developed strategy and plan, I'm in no position. There is nothing going on for me at the moment. All my boxes have not been checked, but we can talk about making a plan and plans in a little bit as well. So all depends on your plan. It was a lot of fun in Discord yesterday. Lots of chatting as well. I love to scroll through Discord in the morning when I wake up, and I check all the chats. Also Telegram, by the way, for the Telegram people here. Big props on your very nice discussions yesterday and overnight as well. I love to see respect and people sharing ideas, and, you know, like, very good, very good. Very happy when I saw that in the morning, and I also said it in Telegram, like, yo, thanks for the nice chatting. So very good, good personalities in there as well as Discord. Like, I think it rarely ever happens that I need to remove something or remove someone from Discord. It's amazing. Really cool. So, and that's thanks to you. That's not thanks to me. You know, I don't really have much influence. It's the community doing the good chatting. So Kevin Horn, thanks, welcome. Earthman, hello, and Atreus, welcome as well. Patience is key in trading. Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay, let's go. Of course, in the morning video, you will recognize some of the stuff that I will talk about. In a live stream, I can elaborate a little bit more on some stuff. But what I would mainly ask you to do is ask questions about any of the scenarios I'm going to show if you have a question, because I like to keep it very short, because some of these have been spoken about in the morning update. Then we're going to zoom into the local price section, cover what's happening there in that range, including the move to the downside we have at the moment for a little bit. And then we get into chatting, questions, Q&A, and we can always have a look at the scenarios, right? I have lots of stuff. So any questions, you just ask le moi. Baguette. Okay, let's go. The bullish scenario, this would be the most bullish scenario, reason being your wave 4 is the shortest in this scenario, so your retracement is not too deep and it's also not a too long wave 4. The main thing is that preferably for the probabilities of this scenario to remain the highest instead of 50-50, you want to hold this low, which you know, that's what we're going to talk about in the lower time frame. So the 40.6k low is an important low here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Looking for a flat in a potential 4 here. This is your target area. You can see it in validation down here. Time-wise, we are doing absolutely fine. Between the 2 and the 3 for a wave 4 is perfect. And then you want to look for a 5 up. So you're going to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, impulse done, move towards the upside basically, and then a flat structure, A, B, C, and you're going to be looking for a wave 5. Therefore, this wave 4 is quite short compared to the other bullish scenarios that increase in probabilities if you take this low. So this one will not go off the charts. However, the moment you take this low, the probabilities of this scenario pretty much go to 50% compared with the others. And it all depends on how price moves down and the retracement, especially the retracement to the upside, because eventually we expect a retracement to the upside. That retracement is going to decide what's up, because if we're looking for a flat in an ABC, right, eventually we're looking for a retracement. In this case, we're looking for a retracement to be an impulse in a wave 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's what we're looking for. However, if we take the low and we get corrective structures, right, like a bit of a mess, probabilities are higher to continue down. And then we're going to be looking for a wave C or a wave 3. And this is where it starts to get interesting with bullish and bearish scenarios. So that being said, if we take this low, we have to keep in mind this scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now wave 2 here retraced to the 382, less common for 2, more common for B. Arguably, this scenario lowers a bit in probabilities for just the reason that we're already inside the target area, but we're not even close to the 382 fib time, which, you know, preferably wave 4 ends after the 382 here, which is sitting on the 8th of March. So we're quite far away, of course, from the 8th of March. But at least it's something we keep in mind. And then here's the double 1, 2. These are the bullish scenarios at the moment, right? Another 1, 2. In this case, this is your wave 2 target area. You can see the prices on the chart, preferably ending after the 382, which is on the 26th, 27th of February, all right? If we zoom in, we're going to talk about the bearish scenario in a second, which obviously is a wave C is in, and we're going to go to 10K. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Zooming in, this is your bullish scenario where you have your flat potentially in already. However, for this wave C to get high probabilities, you need to take this high. As long as price is not taking this high, it's actually very difficult to be bullish, especially with the move down, but we'll get to this in a second. If price can take this high, there is not much left for price to move towards the upside, and I'll explain. We have a daily gap here as well, coming in a second. The moment price takes this low, your wave C is going to move to the downside. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to look for a wave 5 down here. And then, of course, you look for an impulse up, as explained just now. So the retracement to the upside becomes very important. Eventually, we expect a bounce. Now, for price to move to the downside, or for wave C, if wave C moves to the downside here, a couple of support areas. First of all, we have a triple bottom here. Low 1, low 2, low 3. There is some liquidity here. But if we're looking for a 5-wave structure in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that means that in a wave C, we expect a 5-wave impulse to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a bigger wave 5. I'll explain this in more detail in a second. But it also means that if you want these lows to hold price, wick below, close above, and move up, that you want to see a range before taking the low. If price does this, probabilities are very low, this is holding. Yes, you can have a bounce, but the probabilities are decreasing if we think about a wave C here, right? Because you expect a wave 4 sideways and then another move to the downside in a wave 5. If we get a move like this and we explode back to the upside and hit the 618 in more detail in a second, probabilities increase for a move up because then we're looking for a flat coming soon, right? The second support here is the golden box, 38.6 to 39K. Let me actually, just above my webcam, there you go, right? That is the first like target box that I have towards the downside. There's not much left below these lows and the box, pretty much, right? So for price to move to the upside, however, there's only really one scenario that we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a wave 5 leading a diagonal. The leading diagonal on my chart follows all the rules. The retracement of 2 and 4 are good. 1, 3, and 5 are also good with the trend-based fib extension targets. If you are here and you want to know more about the targets, take a trend-based fib from the low to the high of 1 to the low of wave 2. Toggle on your wave 3 contracting diagonal targets. Most common target is the 786 to the 886, which is respected. Take a Fibonacci from the low of 1 to the high of 1 to the right side. Toggle on your wave 2 contracting diagonal targets, and your common target area is the golden pocket to the 886. It has to be said that also in a revert slightly, common target 786, 886, less common but not rare in this case, less common is the 886 in a diagonal for a wave 2. On my chart, it just missed out on hitting the 886. On many other charts, it did hit the 886. And on one chart, this wave 2 moved below the low here, which was on Femex. It's not what we like to see, of course. Decreases a bit of the probabilities. For a wave 5, trend-based fib from the low of 2 to the high of 3 to the low of wave 4. Toggle on your wave 5 contracting diagonal targets. Your common target area is between the 618 and the 886. Your invalidation is the 1-to-1. Wave 5 is not allowed to be longer than wave 3 in a contracting diagonal. And for a wave 4, Fibonacci from the low of 2 to the high of wave 3. Toggle on your wave 4 contracting diagonal targets. Common target is your 382 to the 05. Little less common is golden pocket. Rare 786, 886, and the 236. So, in other words, this diagonal works on my chart, but absolutely not on Femex because the low got taken over here, right? Lowers the probabilities a little bit. It's not ideal. Most importantly, however, we need a 3-wave retracement for a wave 2, right? Wave 2, of course, has to be a corrective structure. This is an impulsive structure in a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gotta say, this move is quite short for a wave C. Nonetheless, we have the same problem here as well, but it's okay for a Y. But we need a 3-wave structure. So if we go to the lower time frames, and this is where my low time frame count very soon is going to come in. So if we would put the wave 1 here in the bullish scenario, right, the left high, this one, we need to count a flat, ABC. One can think, makes sense, right? We take a fib from the high to the low of A. We toggle on the expanding flat target, right? The 1.236 is hit, common target for a wave B. Okay, wave C to the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, there's one problem, and that is time. If you take a fib time, let's go to the 15 here. Fib time from the high, so if we're looking at this now, right? Just to put it on the chart so you can follow. From the beginning of A to the end of B. And I double click here, you are now comparing the time of A plus B with the time of C. The moment wave C is passing the 2 fib time, meaning that wave C is twice as long as A plus B, the probabilities for a wave C significantly decrease, which lowers the probabilities of this being a 3-wave corrective structure that is finished for a wave 2. increasing the probabilities. Your 1 and your 5 have to move to the right side, increasing the probabilities that we are looking for a bigger three-wave structure, where this is unlikely to be the low unless we're looking for a W, X, and a wave Y, where wave Y doesn't take the low of W. That can happen. Doesn't happen too often, but it is something that definitely happens. So then, yeah, in that case, we expect price to continue ranging here. We have some interesting resistance above price. I would love to see that hit, to be honest. 43K to 43.1K, but you know, we don't control price. We came a little bit short here as well, and we got bearish CVD divergences on my chart where the target is this low. So yeah, so this is what happens locally just by moving the pivot around. Wave C is a bit too long, right? Too long for wave C. Lowering probabilities, increasing probabilities. This is the first structure of a bigger three-wave structure, either WXY or an ABC, or in the bearish scenario, a 1, 2, and down we go, right? Your common target for 205 to the 786 has been hit over here. The 786 is at 41.9K. If I open my range over here, you can see that pretty much this blue area is in confluence with the support resistance area of this range over here, right, which is between 41.9 and 42.2K. Currently outside the value area, as you can see, kind of retested it, but didn't manage to get back inside the value area. Interesting. Are we going to see something today? So, yeah. Of course, with that leading diagonal, your invalidation is going to be price taking the low. And if price moves up, this is the level that gives you the confidence. As long as this high is not taken, it's very difficult to be bullish. Even though we do expect upside, as explained in the morning video as well, we do expect upside. Not necessarily that, but even if we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, we eventually look for retracement. And it is very likely, if we take this high here, also when we get a retracement, that once we take that high, that price is going to fill the daily gap. So taking or coming back to this high gives a high probability to fill the gap. Zooming in. Right, we have a gap over here. We have a sharp candle to the downside, leaving an inefficiency on the daily time frame. This gap has been tested once, twice. Coming back again, closing a candle inside this gap really increases the probabilities to fill the gap, which therefore means the high of the gap at 45.5K becomes attractive. However, we don't have too much resistance there except for closing the gap. I do have another target box at 45.9 to 46.7K. So if price can take this high, probabilities for me will increase also from an Elliott Wave point of view, but we'll get to that in a second, to move up to the level over here, the blue box, and then we'll take it from there. That means though that price first has to get to this high. And we're not at the high. Okay. The bearish scenarios. It's nice during a live stream I can have sometimes a bit of a longer break in my speaking instead of with the videos. In the videos I try to change scenarios while I'm still speaking and explaining so that there's not too long of a pause for you, you know. During lunch, yeah. Raise your hand. Type 1 in chat if you are currently having lunch and you are watching this while eating your sandwich, salad, or whatever. I'm actually curious. Who here has lunch? I always watch content when I am having my lunch. Nick, Jared. Look at you guys go. Noodles. Ooh, I like noodles. Ah, you guys doing well. Just finished the sandwich. I see. But you sushi for lunch. No, now we're talking. That's very much a dinner thing here in the Netherlands. Very nice. Okay, let's go over the bearish scenarios and we'll chat about our Sandy's. Oh wait, dinner. Of course, we have a global audience. I should have said lunch, dinner, or breakfast. I'm coming back to you. Let's finish the analysis, and then we go into chatting about food. Makes me hungry. I didn't have lunch yet. I still need lunch. Let's have a look at what happens here, by the way. Nothing. Okay. Let's go. Bearish scenario, of course, is your ABC. Wave B, common target 382, less common for 2. Increases the probabilities a little bit for a wave C to the upside. However, as dramatic as that sounds, the moment you take this low, of course it opens the door for a C and then a bigger corrective structure to the downside. But do not forget that the moment you take this low, you still have this scenario, and this scenario. The moment you break the market structure here, for example, nothing is up. We're not going to 10K, we're not going to 100K. What we're going to do is we're going to observe what price action is going to do. Observe the reaction here, observe the retracement to the upside. Based on that retracement, we will figure out the probabilities for down or up, right? We'll get there. And if we move down, it's a wave C or a wave 3 very likely. If we get an impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, corrective structure, and we move down, C or 3 potential. We don't yet know, right? But depending on the retracement, we get an idea of what we get. Now, just for the sake of an example, who was here in the market during this time, right? Move to the downside, scary. Move to the upside, okay, looks good, was a good start, but here it started to get very messy. Corrective price action. This is the moment where the shorts should be entered. No financial advice. But I mean, this was of course the attractive area. We wicked just above the golden pocket. I still very, very much remember this piece of price action. So here's the golden pocket. We wicked just above here and then started moving to the downside. Some bearish CVD divergences as well. So this is of course the very interesting area, because I'm not interested in trying to catch the high. Okay, I missed on a 26% move here. No problemo. I'm happy to catch the next move. You know, I'm trading probabilities, right? Here, up, up, up. Could have happened. No, we change market structure. We see corrective price action, potential an impulse. We're going to look down, right? So equally here, we haven't yet changed any market structure. We don't yet have a move to the downside. And if so, we wait for the retracement, right? And then the retracement will give us more info about the wave C or a wave 3 to the downside. However, we should talk about this bearish scenario absolutely, because it is a very valid scenario because of the B382 touch, which just is based on probabilities more common for a B compared to a wave 2. Locally, this is your bearish scenario. So either your wave 1 or A is already finished, right? Or let me actually remove this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you move to the downside in a wave 5. Now it has to be said, your wave 1 is very, very short in time. Wave 3 is extended. Wave 1 and 5 do have a time and price relationship. If this is a wave 5 in a 1, 2, 3, it definitely has to move. The longer wave 5 takes, the lower the probabilities for a wave 5. The higher the probabilities, we might get a flat structure here. And then a wave A, B, C, for a bigger A, B, C, flat, right? The longer this takes, the higher the probabilities for a wave B if you don't take the high, because that's of course the invalidation. So, but of course we also have to think about 1 or A moving to the downside. In both cases you expect a bounce nonetheless, but the bounce for a wave B is a little bit higher than the targets for a wave 5. Plus, if we're thinking about a flat in an A, B, C, this C is very impulsive usually. It should be very quick, very impulsive, you know, very fast. While if you finish a wave 5, you expect a slower grind or a wave A, B, C, like a different structure, different market action, basically, price action. So currently, A01 is finished here, as this is the low that we currently have on the chart. Now with this here being the low, this is your target area for 2 or B. The 236 is rare, very rare for a wave 2 and a wave B. For a wave B, common target 302 to the 886, 44.4K, 48.2K. Common target for 2 is blue, 0.5 to the 886, 45.3K, 47.5K. You want to see price retrace to the upside if this is your 1 or your A, which can also happen in a flat, right? So if price moves to the downside, we're not immediately going to drag these fibs to the potential low that price makes. We're going to have two scenarios on the chart. We're going to be looking for the ABC, and we're going to be looking for the scenario where your wave 1 and your wave A finishes here, and you expect a move to the upside. Now in this case, of course, your target will change depending on the low for your potential 5. We already spoke about potential targets here, right? We have an interesting low, first of all. Not really sure if that really holds, but it is an interesting level nonetheless. So if we drag the fibs to this line and a little bit below, because we expect a wick going into the 30s, your 382 is in confluence with the high. Common target for B, common target for 2. Golden pocket still in confluence with the blue box. If price would move down to the golden box, we just drag it down, no? 786 gets confluence with the box that we have over here, the resistance area. Golden pocket is now in confluence with the high of the daily gap. Right? Interesting. No? So we are remaining patient, and in basically all of these scenarios, when we look for a move down, we are looking for a retracement, just like we had in what was the 65K high, right? The invalidation, of course, is price moving to the upside and taking the very nice little ETF type of high, I suppose, which was made right inside the target box that we had there, with the monthly naked point of control being wicked into and price moving to the downside. Perfection. Love to see it. And yeah, we have a solid move to the downside here. So let's now talk about that move to the downside. As mentioned, just a quick repeat before I show the scenario. The longer this takes, and price takes the low, right? The longer it takes for price to take the low, the higher the probabilities we're looking for a wave B. Just because a wave 1 and a wave 5 tend to have a price and time relationship when wave 3 is extended. So we can take a trend-based fib from the high to the low to the high. Wave 3. Longer than the 1, didn't hit the 1.618. Not as extended, but nonetheless, wave 1 and 5 will have a price and time relationship. Wave 3 can't be the shortest. It is not, because it is longer than wave 1, and that is exactly what we like to see. So if we're looking for a move down, the longer it takes, the higher the probabilities for an A, B, C, for then A flat, which means A and 1 go here. I actually removed this because we're going to be looking, you now know what to look for. We're going to have an I for this as well. Take a fib from the low to the high of your A. Open the expanding flat targets, which is your most common target area for a flat structure. The 105 is less common. The 1.618 is also less common. It's not impossible, it can happen at times, but it's just a little less common. You have your wave B here, that's your main target area. Wave Bs can be very quick as well. And then you're going to look for upside. Trend-based fib from the low to the high of A to wherever the low of wave B is going to be. Now, for a second here. We're going to have a quick look. Well, we might just wick it all, who knows. Trend-based fib extension from the low to the high to wherever price is going to go. Let's say let's say it wicks these two upper lines. All right, then we're going to look for wave C expanding flat. your 1.618 should be kept on the chart, as well as the 2.618, and then a normal Fibonacci from the high of A to the low of B. Again, just below the lines. We are now thinking ahead, right? Just in case. This is important. Preparation is half the work, especially in Elliott waves, because scenarios can change so quick. This, I mean, between the two 1.618s, that's your common target area for your wave C. The upper 1.618 is also the top of the daily gap. Very interesting. So this is a scenario we got to keep in mind. And wait, what am I doing? Tuck, tuck, tuck. Oops, there we go. This is your 5-wave impulse in a bit more detail. By the way, we spoke about it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 5. Don't want to make let it take too long, but you have your wave 1, your wave 2. You want to see a 3 to the downside. This is a target area for 5 between 40.9 and 40.1. We have the low here as well. And then, of course, below this, I'd be looking for the golden box. If price takes this high, low probabilities, it's still a 4, because this price action then becomes very, very, very long for a wave 4. It's more common for a wave 4 to end before the 5-fib time, which it did, but we don't want to see it going above. This is your common target area for 4, pulled from the high of 2 to the low of 3. Also don't want to hit the 618 before taking this low. You want to actually take this low before hitting the 618. Hitting the 618, and we're going to be looking for price to move to the upside. Oh yeah. So I've been thinking this morning about this range. Not that I had anything else to do, but I wanted to have some sort of account here. And is it pretty? No. But it's the only thing that I can make work. Yesterday, at the beginning of the stream, we focused on this range for a long period of time. We were looking at ABC, WXY, WXY, XZ, right? Basically, all of the things, not a triangle, because you can't have a triangle here. But WXY, zigzag, X, and then you need either a flat or a triangle. We don't have a flat, we don't have a triangle, so that doesn't really work unless you put wave X here, but then you still don't have a good flat. This is very much a 3-waver as well. So it doesn't work nicely. So the only scenario, and the WXY-XZ is very rare, right? Never has the highest probabilities. So the only scenario I could quote unquote kind of like put in is an A, a B, and then a ridiculously stupid long wave C. 22 times longer. Now that doesn't it doesn't increase the probabilities of the scenario. You know what I mean? It's 20 times too longer than your wave A. Now I have seen scenarios where people put their wave A over here. However, this is truncated. On some charts maybe not, but on my chart it is a truncated wave 5 and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure. They're looking at a diagonal. Then they have an expanding diagonal, which first of all is rare, followed by, on my chart, a truncated wave 5 in A, which is rare. So it's rare on rare equaling very rare. And then we also have here more like a 3-wave move instead of a 5-wave structure. However, all of the waves in a diagonal need to be the same, 1, 3, and 5 at least. 2 and 4 need to be zigzag structures. Arguably, you can count a zigzag here. This looks a bit more like an impulse, but this looks like an impulsive structure. Maybe that as well, but we can clearly see more of a 3-wave move in here. But you can't have an impulse in 1 and a 3-waver in 5. So I'm not really looking at this being a diagonal, and that's why my wave A goes there, which is the reason why my wave C is 22 times longer. But it's the only way I can make this bearish, pretty much, where your wave 1 is a double zigzag, WXY, WXY in 2, ABC in 3, ABC in 4, ABC in 5, right? Ending diagonal for your wave C. In an ending diagonal, all of the waves have to be zigzag family structures. Simple, double, or triple zigzags are allowed in all of the waves of an ending diagonal. Your invalidation is the high here. Yeah. It's not an amazing count, I know, but it's currently the only one that I could come up with that actually fits the rules in one way or another. At least the target area is respected for a wave C, 1 to the 1.236. It's just long. It's very long. Cool. We kind of spoke about this already for a little bit earlier, right? But just a short summary here before we go into chatting. For an ABC corrective structure, this move down is very long in time. Wave C is not allowed to be twice the length of A plus B because it really lowers the probabilities if that happens. It's not necessarily an invalidation. It just probabilities really go down because usually a wave C is the fastest and quickest move in a flat. So definitely longer than twice the length of A plus B. And this increases the probabilities for this to be a first structure, followed by a second structure, followed by a third structure, potentially already working on the third. The question is, do we then have an ABC and we go up? Or a WXY, still a possibility in some way, but it looks better as an impulse. Or are we looking for a 1, 2, and eventually a 3? Now, what I do like to see is this box. I still have a very nice resistance area there. You can see it's the golden pocket over here. We have a daily level there as well. We have the value area high of the range. So that's the blue line, value area high of the range. We have a daily here at 43,130. So that is very nice. So for me, this retracement at the moment, this high feels a little bit like the middle of nowhere. It's not like the point of control area. We made a double top here as well, high 1, high 2. Very, there's not an order block or, I mean, this is also point of control. It's not there. What happens here? It's not value area low. Point of control is up there. So I know it's a bit of a weird high. You did hit the 0.5, which is of course a target for a B or 2. And something you see as well, let me remove this, is the 0.618. The 0.618 becomes more important if there's the potential of a wave B triangle in a zigzag ABC. The moment you have a triangle in wave B, the 618 gets higher probabilities for the end of a wave C. You can read more about it if you want as well on this website, which is in the description. It's the first bit.ly link underneath the education section, which is called Elliott Wave's More Information, where if you go to your you have your zigzag here, right? And we have a triangle. The 618 becomes your common target. So this is something that we do have to keep in mind. It looks a bit triangle-y here, but this is like 5 3-minute counting. So generally your common target is the 1 to the 1.236, but now the 0.618, yeah, maybe, right? But the resistance here, besides the 05, I know. Usually I like strong pivot points at my target areas. If we turn around, I would like my target area to be hit just like with the high we have here, right? That's what I like to see. That is what is by far most common for me. So it's a little bit meh. But we continue to observe, right? We continue to observe. So, yeah, that is what we're looking for. This is what's happening on all of the time frames with regards to Elliott waves. In a nutshell, as long as price does not take this low here, the medium time frame first bullish scenario is higher probabilities. The moment you take this low, we got to wait for the retracement that we get. And based on the retracement, we know if we get more lows or we're going to move up, right? If we continue up, we're looking for an impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If not, we look for a corrective structure and we go down, look just like at 65K, right? We're looking for then a wave C or a wave 3 to the downside. More locally here, the moment you take this low, that is the moment the probabilities really increase for price to move to the upside. As long as that high, sorry, did I say low? I mean high. I'm not sure what I said. If this high is taken, that is when probabilities increase for price to move up. I remain with my stance, whatever, that it is very difficult to count a solid structure ending here, a solid corrective structure. We've been through everything, WXY, ABC, all this stuff, and yeah, we have an ABC here. Where is it? Like this one. But C being 22 times longer, it's almost a joke. So it happens. we got to be aware of bearish scenarios. As long as we do not take this high over here, right? We have the probabilities for more downside. Absolutely. We also have a bit of an impulsive, arguably impulsive move down in a potential A or 1 here. Preferably, I would like to see this blue box hit still before anything really happens. If we can pass this blue box though and flip it with bullish CVD, bull CVD, move above, find support, 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 support. Yeah, I'd be looking for upside. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, arguably 5-wave structure, correction, correction, correction. You know, the longer this takes, the higher the probabilities of an ABC down, flat, and then C up. So we're going to be patient. That is what we like. Elliott Waves also is a lot of patience. So yeah, that is what's the volume doing, by the way? What's CVD doing? Okay, we do have some bearish CVD on the 1 minute. So you definitely want to see this candle cleared at 42.6k. If you don't, probabilities remain higher for a new local low here. And then we'll see what happens. So you need to take out this little candle here. Let's say 42.6 pretty much. You could still have a flat. Oh, that would be nice. But yeah, we gotta wait a little bit for some proof of support as well. Back into the range again. That's good to see. That's something. Might be an ABC structure here. Pull a fib from the high to the low, toggle on the 618, which is an invalidation for a wave 4. If we're looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But yeah, probabilities are higher. This is the first structure of something and not an ending in a wave C, which means you're going to be looking for probably an ABC or 1, 2, 3, unless you flip this box. So yeah, cool. There you go. Elliott Wave analysis, not really in a nutshell, took a while, but we went through all of the scenarios, all of the different thingies. We now go in chatting Q&A, so make sure to fire along if you have any questions, put them in the chat. And let me also write here Elliott Wave analysis at start. Somehow when you write a smiley, your input thingy goes in front of the smiley again. Now chatting and Q&A. Holy moly, Q&A. Bump. Thank you. What's up, Tim? Oh, I can't click on my own thing. 1 second here. Repopping it. A, B, C. How nice would that be? Looking, the blue box is attractive. It's attractive. We speak in probabilities, my friend. I just explained all the probabilities, and I also explained what has to happen to change the probabilities. So make sure you have your own plan and strategy. And if you don't have a plan or a strategy, I recommend to make a plan or a strategy, which has 6 steps that I'll shortly go through. Step 1, try as many free tools as you can, preferably on TradingView. Step 2, find your favorite tools and build statistics on them. Step 3, combine the different tools, build more statistics. Step 4 is tweak and adjust the combination of tools, add something and remove something, build more statistics just to see if you can improve your win rate and your, all that stuff. Step 5 is start trading your combination, which is now your strategy. Start trading it with a low amount of money and work on your trading psychology. Because you can have the best strategy in the world, but if your trading psychology is rubbish, you're going to have a problem. So work on that first. And then step 6 is increase your budget to higher portfolio size slowly. Don't go too fast from 1K to like 100 or 50K, or from $1 to 100, $100 to 1,000. Step by step. Again, because of trading psychology, because having bigger wins is very nice. Everyone can get used to bigger wins, but getting used to your bigger losses, now that's something that you have to practice with. So yeah, have a solid plan. These are the steps you got to take. Okay, what's up, chat? How you doing? You still having lunch, dinner, breakfast? Let me have a look here. Where were we? We were Dossa here. Kenny, that's where we were. Kenny, what's up? How are you doing? Dossa Pistachio. The biggest thing I've noticed about it is never knowing whether you are in an A, C, or 4 and 5. Do you long force? I feel like it's not the nicest. Look, depends on the time frame. If you're on a very, very high time frame and you're in a swing trade, you can definitely, you have a lot of time to see if it's a wave 4 or not. On a more local time frame, like a 15-minute, I wouldn't be too interested in a wave 4. Wave 3s, that's where the money is made, And then the moment you start to go into a longer sideways structure for potential 4, yeah, you still have a wave 5 down. But then from an Elliott Wave perspective, it would make sense to close. This depends on what the wave 4 is gonna be, but you can always trade another potential 5, right? Like if it's a short and you get paid, the fees for being in the short, a wave 4 is no problemo, as long as you know when to get out. So if you have a nice entry somewhere higher, as long as price doesn't take this low, it's pretty okay, However, we're ranging for a long time already, so I can imagine some people are like, yeah, whatever. We start to range now, arguably a wave 4. I'm just going to close it, see what we get, and potentially re-enter at a later stage. But at least I got my bag of profits. It really depends on the price action, but the best trades are of course wave C's and wave 3s. Because the retracement in a B or a 2, those are the ones you're looking for, preferably a zigzag B or a impulse, of course, wave 2, because you're going to look for a 5-3-5, where by far most common the low gets taken, which is a minimum target for your setup if you look for impulses. Dux Trader, what's up? How you doing? 1 second. Good evening, Manoj Kumar. Welcome. Jared, what's up? Should I reveal the surprise? You should reveal the surprise. Of course. Everyone loves presents. Hey guys, cool to see some wave talk during lunch. Yeah, there you go. And that was the reason I asked for the lunch here. Binance chart took the high, which is formed bearish CVD. So does that invalidate the CVD? Not for me, because I use Coinbase. And for me, Coinbase has the best wicks with regards to the AGGR template and not Binance or Bybit. So for me, it doesn't invalidate the bearish CVD. It's not ideal, but the invalidation for me is price taking this high, which it hasn't yet. Talking about CVD, by the way, this one, that's the one he talks about. Of course, we also have bullish CVD, but you want to see some local strength. Higher low in price, lower low here. But remember on the 1 minute, right? So So many people are having dinner or lunch while watching the stream. It's something I always do as well. If I'm having lunch by myself or dinner by myself, not with my fiance, I always grab my phone and just watch stuff. Salad. I always love a bit of salad. Chicken sandwich. Aha. Gotta love sandwiches. Dinner for digital odd. Getting ready for work. Psychologic astronaut. Are you an astronaut? That would be something, having one in the chat. Speaking of gaps, there's a CME gap between 40.3 down to 39.6. Yeah, I heard also about the 39K CME gap, which is in confluence with the support area for potential 5 or a wave B as well. Yeah. About to go to sleep, nighttime here. Albi, welcome. Have a good night. I'm doing the dishes before my wife and baby son wake up. Ooh, morning dishes. There you go. Being a good hubby, as they say. I'm also the one that does the dishes here if I like, the stuff that doesn't go in. But I like it, so I don't mind, right? With the cleaner, yeah, okay, she can do the house and whatnot. But I also like to clean stuff myself. I don't know. Gives a clean feeling in the house. Eating. I love eating, though. Can I ask about the FIB time of wave C? What's a typical length you like to see? Yes, this is what we covered indeed. That's correct. Past the 2. And preferably just reach the target area and end before the 2, yes. So when price made, I don't know exactly which low it was. I think it was this one here or this one here. That was still okay for a 2 FIB time, but the moment we took the low with this wick, that is when wave C became a problem. And then it's a higher probability this is a wave A for then a B and a C, or wave 1 for then a 2 and a 3. So that is why in this scenario here, the probabilities are higher to look for probably this low to be taken, and then we take it from there. Just because the probabilities of this being a C are lower compared to an A or 1, and you can count an impulse in this move down. So that's why the potential ABC 1, 2, 3 is something that we have to consider here. Would be nice if we get some move at least, but yeah. I was wondering earlier today if you can count this corrective. There's a lot of overlap here as well. But of course, then you want to see an impulse to the upside. If that would have been your low, right? So if this is a wave C or a corrective structure, and you're going to be looking for price to move to the upside, chat, what are we looking for? We are looking for 3 things. We're always looking for 3 things here. 1, impulse. 2, diagonal. 3, double 1, 2. So, and you just check the boxes to see if this fits. So with an impulse, you wanted to see continuation. 1, 2, and up we go for 3, right? That's not the case at the moment. Now we can have a longer 2, of course. 1, 2, 3, right? Still an option. A, B, C. Wave C is then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, invalidation is taking this low. And we don't want to see the 886 hit. We're currently at the golden pocket, which is good. The moment you hit the 886, probabilities go down for any impulsive structures. But remember, A, B, C, and down, right? That's the bearish scenario pretty much. Besides the fact, I think there's higher probabilities here for this to be an A or 1. So the impulse, not this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 directly up, but then 1, 2, continuation. That is what you're going to be looking for, ABC flat continuation. But in general, this is what I like to do, is the probabilities are pretty much to the downside unless you take this high or flip this box. I still think it would be great to touch this box, because it's a bit in the middle of nowhere, this one. But this high. Now a diagonal is not yet relevant, and a double 1-2 neither. Arguably a double 1-2 is invalidated if you were looking for 1-2-1-2. And a diagonal, you can't have a 1-2 in a diagonal, a flat is not allowed. So a diagonal had to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that's not the case because price moved down. So the only one that's left at the moment is an impulse. But then you want to see some proof of support. Do you pull it from the bottom of A and then double click from the start of A to the end of B? So you wanna have the whole of A and B and then double click on B. So over here, if this is your A, B, and you look for C, from the start of A to the end of B, double click. And then that is your 2 there. So that decreases probabilities for a wave C down, which immediately increases probabilities of an A or 1, which therefore increases probabilities automatically for, you know, whatever you're looking for. But in this case, if this is an A or 1, you're going to be looking for at least a C or 3 to the downside still. But we didn't yet hit that box, unfortunately. Not yet. What's up, Anita? How you doing? B channel, Busse channel. In Discord, it's B channel. How you doing, man? Gwendy Zoo, what's up? Now watching, 22 likes. Come on, let's smash the like button for our favorite YouTuber. Gwendy Zoo, thanks, man. Have you spent some more time with your girlfriend by now, or are you still spending more hours here? In 5-minute bull signal, gold launches my screen. Yeah, bearish on the 1 min. Yeah, but this is, so what is this time frame? What's the time frame that you check here? 5 minutes. I see. Oh, I see. Yeah, same as on the 15. But look, you have bearish as well on the 15, not to forget, right? Yes, you have your bullish one that you see now, but you also have this one. So the one you look at is this. But you also have the bearish one, which on my chart is still very much valid. And on the 1 minute, that's the one you want to see invalidated. You have this high here at 42.6, which is a little 1 minute order block, right? Price moves down, little order block here, acting as resistance. And you have bearish CVD with this one, lower high, but on yellow and on blue, a higher high. So you want to see that invalidated, or you just go for new highs. Always pay attention to the lower time frames, and we have this one as well on my template. Not doing altcoins at the moment. I am excited to do the altcoin stream though, the big altcoin stream. I already answered this one. Yesterday bounce was from my level 42250. That's a good one, because in this case you had a nice little move to the upside if you traded the bounce here. Please hit the like button. Our friends doing a lot for us, for the community, for new traders. Thanks, Dutch. Yeah, you don't often hear me talk about press the like, press subscribe. I don't, also in my 10-minute videos, I don't like to, in the middle of my 10-min updates, I don't like to cut the flow and in the middle of a video say, oh, don't forget to push the like button and subscribe. And by the way, I have some very nice affiliate links in the description, and you get this and you get that. And yes, people know. If they want to check out BingX, they can check out the links if they want to support the channel. We got some cool campaigns, but they can figure it out themselves. You know, everyone here is smart. Everyone knows how YouTube works. If you like it, you press the button. If you don't, you don't. You know, if you like the content in general, you know where the sub button is, and if you don't, then you don't. So I'm never really the type that asks. I just put it there, and everyone knows, I suppose. Even though people in Discord sometimes do tell me like, yo mate, if there's a new campaign with BingX, like put it on, mention it, so we know. But I generally tag people in Discord and also put it community post out. So because it benefits the people that are trading on BingX anyway. Usually it's trading volume stuff. So if you just trade your normal stuff on the platform, you just get free stuff. So yeah, they're like, yeah, why not say it? Because we like free stuff. We are trading there anyway. And if we get free money, free vouchers, we like mystery boxes, whatever, we want to know. So yeah. Just answer this one as well. Long positions from 40.41 to 44.45. Okay. 40.41, that's wicking the lows. So that has potential, but you would definitely want to see some proof of support if price comes down there. So swing failure pattern would be a good one. That's very interesting. Absolutely. Wick the lows, close above, entry, move up. Or the golden box that is even lower at like 39. I love your videos and all with different scenarios and in-depth explanation. Thanks, Saeed Alipur. Appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. That's what I like to hear. That was the doorbell. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's probably a package or something. We could hear it in the back. I see. Wait. I still need to pin my message. Holy moly, I forgot. There we go. I know. Such a Dutch doorbell. Oh, you actually heard the doorbell. Yeah. Well, there you go. Now you know how my doorbell sounds. We have to see fear again in the market before the real pump. Yeah, that would be nice. I think many here in this range, at least the lower time frame ones, are pretty neutral. Yeah. But at the same time, I think the ETF announcement, it was bound to happen to see a move down. It rejected so nicely in the box as well. Holy moly. Beautiful. But I'm not sure if that was the greed. When the ETF was announced, nothing happened on the chart. It came like a day later. But I would still love a bigger move to get more greed, more hype, more FOMO, more moon boys shouting 500k and 1 million Bitcoin, and then drag it down, but get a big, like a deep retracement, right? A fast one, not like a slow one. And then when we are moving to the downside, that's when I want to see the fear. Yes. You want to see people talking about, oh, bear market, oh, we go 5 and 10k, and oh, and then you pump again, and just like that's like you can use it in Elliott waves as well, right? The emotion in the market. Usually you can spot it. Thanks, Dax. I'm actually curious. I have no idea what you've been working on, so I'm actually very curious to see what it is. I have no idea. You've been saying like you're prepping a little like present, but you make me curious. Cheese sandwich. It's very Dutch, Tim. Very, very Dutch. Pistachio looks like a local 15-minute 5-wave down to me. Yes, if we take the low, that is indeed the case. For potential C, A, 1 potential. Luis Rivera, how you doing? Welcome. Good morning. Cheese. What's up, Cheese? Catching us live again. Special feelings hearing all the comments of people all around the world at different times and events together for their interest and beliefs. All together on the internet on a random YouTube channel, on a YouTube channel, but it's pretty random. Everyone is here at this case. Yeah. This I sometimes talk about it, but it's pretty interesting that currently 100 people around the world, wherever you are, but you are watching your phone screen, iPad, computer, laptop, in the train, during dinner, whatever, watching this random Dutch guy talking about some lines, waves, letters, numbers, chatting in the group as well. And I'm in my room alone, you know what I mean? But I'm very used to streaming because of my professional gaming history. When I was a professional gamer myself in the past, an esports player, I always did live streaming on Twitch with the community there as well. But it's just interesting to think about sometimes. Thank you, and now I know my mistakes. That's good, B channel. Always make sure if you have more questions, let me know. Jim, what's up? Hi, Master Koons. Very excited for this incoming bull run. But that's the question, right? That's the question. Which video game you like to play? So I used to be a esports player in Trackmania. I know, it's not the biggest game, but I did get third of the world, and you know, it was like my side gig, side job. Instead of working at a fuel station or a restaurant, my job was being a pro gamer. I was paid a salary and I won money and stuff. So if I play games nowadays, it's Trackmania, Rocket League, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but then the old one, right? I'm old school. I'm 31. I like the old one. Of course, I like Warzone and stuff as well, but you know, nothing beats running around with the UMP silencer cold-blooded, or stopping power, sniping around with the Barrett and the intervention on Afghan, and you know, it's like shit, man. The nostalgia. I love that stuff. So yeah, with friends we play other stuff. Like a friend of mine has a Nintendo Switch, or we play Mario Kart, Halo, Battlefield, yeah, that type of stuff. For anyone wanting to learn Elliott Waves, the gold membership is excellent. Ko has a whole playlist of hits to learn, and he always answers questions ASAP in gold. Not affiliated, but Ko is not greedy, guys, so nice to shout him out. Pistachio doing my marketing here. Shh. Thanks, Pistachio. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Gold is the Elliott Wave course. It's just everything I know is in gold. And if you can finish it in a month, which by far should be easy to do, yeah, you basically got the whole Elliott Wave info course thing for a month. And if you want to stay, you go to Diamond or Silver, and if not, you just quit the membership. Kindly, can you update the Discord link? It should still work as people are coming in every day. However, I think you may I think, look, people are still 1 hour ago, 3 hours, you know, and it's all, you can see, it's all the link in the description. So I think what happens is that you have a new account and that you are banned, but I don't know, are you in here? Well, there's no one at the bottom. Usually if there's someone new that tries, should be, look, this is all scam and like stuff, you know, this is, but usually the new ones are in the bottom. This is auto, most of these are auto banned by Discord, but we have a 3-day-old account rule in Discord to avoid scammers making new accounts and joining all the time. But I once a day, I always unban people that are there. So if you click the button, Abdul, like in the description, there's a Discord link. If you click it, I can check where you end up. If you end up in the ban list or not, because then I can unban you as well. There's currently 1,556 people in the Discord group. Holy moly. Welcome. Trading on the trend line with a double bottom. I guess this one you're thinking about? Or are you doing this? Either or, right? Your trend line, yeah. Makes me think, if the high of 4 is in, you can have a little look at wave 5. Oh, I see a new member. That is, oh no, that's not. Stay Go 4K. That's not the same guy, I suppose. 1, 2, 4. So for the people looking for a 5, right, there's a couple of ways. This is more educational, right, not related. Everything Elliott Wave analysis is done earlier, right? And I went first through the, if you just arrived, I first went through the bullish scenarios, medium time frame, like, and then, or first starting on, let's say, the 12-hour daily, and then I scaled down to what happens locally, right? And then I went to the bearish one daily, and then more locally. This is just more educational wise. So for the people, right, if you're looking for a wave 5, there's a couple of ways to get a target for a wave 5. Now, a wave 5 can extend, right? But at least you have a general idea for a target area. The most commonly used, which is also the common target, is from the low to the high of a 4. Toggle on your wave 5 here, 1.236 to the 1.618. Your second is a 1-to-1, taken from the high to the low of wave 1 to the end of wave 4. Your third is a trend-based fill extension from the high to the low of 3 to the high of wave 4. Toggle on the 0.618. Very nice in the golden box, by the way. And then we have a channel from the end of 2 to the end of 4 to the end of 1. But I don't really like to use the channel because I prefer horizontals instead of diagonal structures. In case you haven't noticed in the video, all the target boxes tend to be horizontal structures. I'm not too big of a fan of the diagonal structures. I don't really use them too much. But in a wave 5, the low of the channel is also a target. So this gives you a general idea. The channel, if it crosses with the other structures, could give you a time and price area. Price being the levels, the horizontals, time being the channel. But if you're looking for one, so I mean, this is how it goes, right? So you can see the target area. Very interesting, no? Golden box as well. YouTube chat. Okay, let me make a new link for you so you can join Discord, my friend. So I will get you a new link. There you go. This one is brand new. It's weird that it says that it is expired, because as we speak, people are joining 1 minute ago, 3 minutes ago. So you must Dux also joining, but Stigo 4K. So it works. So I don't know why it doesn't for you, but it can happen. Looks like the bearish 1 minute CVD's played out, by the way, as price took the low there. Yo, who's Psyduck? Because I started with Pokemon. My first ever game I played, Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy Color, and Space Invaders with my gran. Bitcoin, yeah, trendline. I'm late, have to go back and check. What's up, Bruno? Welcome. Yes. You can also, like, if you want to look for a specific time frame, of course, of the analysis, you can just click through the beginning of the video, and then, oh, he's talking about medium time frame, not interested. You know, you go to the low time frame and you'll find it. What are the chances that Bitcoin will go up to 47? Well, 47 is above this resistance area. So in my opinion, you only go to like 47. Probably you have to flip this box in a bullish scenario where you look for a flat and then a move towards the upside for a wave 5. Because in the bearish scenarios, the probabilities are high to reject in this area. You might wick in 47, but you're not going to flip the level in the bearish scenarios where you look for a bigger move down in that case. So either your wave C is then in and you look for an impulse, or ABC. That's something we only know if price actually moves. But you want to see this high taken. That's when probabilities increase to fill this gap. But to go to 47 and above, we need impulsivity. So if you get a corrective structure to the upside here, or eventually price moves down and then you get a corrective move, the probabilities are not high to go to 47, but it depends on the retracement to the upside. If you get an impulsive structure in a way like wave 3, then we're going to be looking for continuation, which then increases probabilities to hit 47k. So it pretty much depends on the structures that are yet to form. Write a letter to explain why we like this to our loved ones, so they hear it from you, why this is important. You mean trading? Wait, I'm missing. Write a letter to explain why we like this. Oh, about the watching an online guy doing, yeah. Yeah. Explain why we like Elliott Waves to our loved ones. Why do we like trading? I don't know, like I got stuck with it. It just the moment I saw the charts, it was like a puzzle, and with my gaming history, it's playing a game all the time. GTA as well, Fortnite, Valorant, mainly shooters it seems, right? Dealy, can't beat Modern Warfare 2, I know, right? Shit, such a good game. The Beering is having breakfast. I'll have lunch soon as well. I clicked it twice. Okay, so we got you sorted probably, right? Hi Koons, thanks for the stream. What's up, Ahmed? How you doing, man? Welcome. Pleasure. I'm new to this channel. Nice content, mate. Thanks, Stego. Appreciate it, man. Also, welcome to the channel. Good to have you here. Nice that you're here during a live as well. I always enjoy lives. Which 46.1 is a big level? It is the yearly open of 2022. Oh yeah, well 46.2k has already been traded through multiple times now, of course. So that is why I removed that level. So it's true that at 46.2, like here somewhere, we had a yearly, right? Yearly level. But because it's done nothing, I removed the level from my chart there. What time frame are you talking about with the multiple 1-2? Because I'm interested to have a look. If you could tell me in discount, you mean here locally? Because, and then to the down or the upside, multiple 1-2s, you say. So I wonder, or you talk about 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, like here, a couple of 1-2s, and you look for a move to the upside. That might be a possibility that you're looking for. The local one. And then from the low, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Is that what you mean? What's up, Togatoni? How you doing, man? Welcome. Good to have you here again. Good questions last night as well, by the way. I think there's some issue with my Discord. This link ain't working as well. I'll try with my other account. I see. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why you are not able to join. I can check the banned people again for a second here. What is your username? Oh, wait. Adil. Is it this one? If it's you, young accounts rule. Probably a new account. There you go. Gayupoti. Okay. Yeah, that one is not in the list, I think. Let me have a look. Gayupoti. No, but for the first time, if people have a brand new account on Discord, so you're not in a ban list, but if you have a brand new account in Discord and it's younger than 3 days old, you get auto banned in Discord because we have a protection against scam accounts. Scammers tend to make brand new accounts and constantly join channels with a brand new accounts. So in order to avoid that, we got a rule. We got a bot with that setting. Golden Sun, the best game on GBA. Why do I not know that one? Not looking at alts at the moment. Keeping an eye on what Bitcoin does here. Oh, you mean here? This one. Is that correct? This range here. This. Does drawing a trend line count as technical analysis? Yes. Because looking at the chart, connecting a trend line on the lower values, it looks like it is predictable that it will bounce. Well, that depends usually on how often it's been tested. The more often you test a support or resistance, including a trend line, the weaker it becomes. You can absolutely use trend lines for trading, but you definitely want to have some plan or strategy to trade it, right? So either some additional confluences or a solid plan where you only trade the third bounce, and this is your standard target. You always put your stop loss this much percentage away depending on the time frame, and that sort of stuff. Or you always trade bounce 3, 4, 5 till eventually it loses, and then you have one loss, but you may have multiple wins. So the one loss is no problem. So it still requires, of course, a bit of a plan. But you can definitely have a great strategy just having a trend line strategy. Absolutely. Absolutely. I also think everyone should always respect someone else's way of trading. It doesn't matter what you use. It doesn't matter what someone uses. As long as you can use it and you are profitable, you're good. People like trend lines, SMC, patterns, whatever. If that works for you, don't let anyone talk you out of it. Because who cares? There's great, amazing, profitable traders using trend lines. There's also great, amazing, profitable traders that use order flow and more complex knowledge, TPOs and the DOM, and So find your own style, right? Find your style. Find what you like, and fuck the rest, pretty much. The only thing that we can do, and also in Discord, is not talk each other or not talk against one another, but try to figure out what price is going to do together, right? And of course, Elliott Waves is a leading thing that we talk about. But sometimes there's people posting heat maps and trend lines and some other stuff as well, and it's fun and it's nice to see everyone's like, oh yeah, this might work with the count, and oh yeah, liquidity area, oh that's also an Elliott Wave area. I think that's nice to see. Time to go. My mom gave me some work to do. Gotta go, man. If mom says it, gotta do it. Psychological game. Absolutely a psychological game. Okay, so it's that one. I see which one you mean. Yeah, so on the 5 minute. Whoop. So you are thinking about a multiple 1, 2, which probably means 1, 2, 1, 2. One, 2. Before then you got your way 3 to the downside here. Almost challenging. We can have a look here. So your second wave 2 is very long compared to the first one. Your first wave 2 is very shallow. 382. This is probably a 786 or a golden pocket. And the last one looks like is that an 886? Yeah. So we have a 382 here, 886 here. This wave 2 is longer than the higher degree wave 2, because of course each wave 2 has to be a lower degree Elliott wave count in that case. But it also means, and that is the problem, and that is why I don't count this as a multiple 1, 2. If there's 3 1, 2s here, you also need 3 4, 5s. So what you want to see is 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 4 5 reversal. And this is the problem at the moment. So of course a wave 4 by far most commonly is longer than a wave 2, which means that you would actually like to see a similar range like this, but then even longer in time preferably, because the wave 4s tend to be longer. However, we only have one structure here, which can be labeled a wave 4. This over here doesn't match with the wave 2s that we have over here. This is like a 1 candle retracement. This is a solid potential 4. But then the question is, what degree is this? So if this is a 1 2 1 2 1 2, you need a eventually 4 5 4 5 4 5. Well, we don't have that, which leads to a problem. And now of course we have a range here, but this long sideways structure does not match up with 1 1 2 here. So this is the reason why for me probabilities are higher. This is one structure in a corrective move. Then locally we here have our 1 2 3 4 and 5, and the alternative, right, and then 4 5 in the bear scenario, or 1 2 3 4 5, and that's the end, because we miss out on the multiple 4 5s, which is what you want to see pretty much. It's a good alternative. Yeah, it shouldn't change your plan, right? I mean, if you got a plan, you got a good entry, there's no reason to change it. But that's the reason why I don't count it in the same way, I suppose. But if it works and you've traded it, I mean, it's a brilliant entry, right? So that's what matters. What I also like to see with multiple 1 2s is I would like to see bearish CVD divergences in that case building. So most commonly, if price starts moving in a 1 2, right? Wait. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Preferably what I like to see is bullish CVDs. Sometimes you don't get it here, but then at least here, bull, bull. Same the other way around. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Prefer to see bearish CVDs building up with the 1 2s as we expect a big move to happen. And after a triple or double 1 2, you really want to see a wave 3 extending past the 1.618, but we didn't reach the 1.618. So those are some of the things that made me count it differently. Yeah. Adam, are you talking to me or are you talking to someone else here? Bearish CVD div on yellow and blue 50 min last leg down. Yeah, so the bearish 1 minute CVDs, those played out, and we still got the bearish here and we got the bullish here. So What is the relationship between futures and spot? Spot is ownership of the asset, but all YouTubers talk. I mean, I trade futures, not spot. So that's what's the relationship? For me, there's none really, because I don't focus on the relationship between the two. I just trade what I use. I bet there's people that maybe look at the relationship between spot and futures, but I don't. I never check the spot prices as well. I never check spot CVD as well. So I wouldn't really be able to answer that question. In the end, I suppose it's more like a combination of the two, and in the end that decides price. So true Earthman. Yeah, I wonder, Adam, if you could please answer my question and say if you were talking to me or someone else in chat. I think he missed out on checking out the thumbnail as well. Mr. Mupov, did we talk about the CVD divergence forming 1 hour, 4 hour? Yeah, I mean, if you zoom out, there's bullish CVD, but you already had bullish CVDs playing out. I actually wonder if Mr. Adam is still here, or he was like, let me just be very sad, write something in the chat, and leave because I'm a little bitch. So we have bullish CVD here, already played out because the high got taken. We got more bullish CVD here, already played out because the high was taken again. So yes, you have bigger bullish CVDs still, and it's something to keep an eye on. But what I now prefer is I don't like to look at CVDs with these pivots anymore because they already played out. I like to see more local support, and here we have both bearish and bullish. So I keep an eye, and that's what CVD is best for. It's the local stuff. 1, 3, 5, 15 minute. That is what's best for CVD. Hey, you joined finally. Security setting. I see. Pleasure, Abdul. Good to have you in there. 1 min CVD, bullish CVD, 50 minute. Yeah, so I explained this one as well. 1 minute. Let's see. I mean, you got this is so low time frame because you're still below these candles and the yellow line. Yeah, the bearish CVDs here played out, but CVD didn't really drop. So, and you also got bearish CVD on blue, eh? Don't forget, lower high, higher high on blue. So it's very low time frame, making it difficult to like. I that's why CVD. I mean, for the scalpers, it can work on a 1, 3, 5. I prefer 15. As Adam is not answering, I think we have a great idea for Adam, which is just do this. Boom. Beautiful. The nice thing about hiding people from a channel is that they have no clue that they are hidden from a channel. So they like chat in comments, which I don't see because no one can see them. But they're like chatting behind their screen. But they're literally chatting against themselves. Because no one can see it anymore. Like any comments, they can still watch the content. So hey, it's still +1 view. So Adam is still a +1 in my view count here. Thanks, Adam. What's up, Duke? How you doing, man? Are you using the VWeb? I used to in the past. I also collected lots of statistics on the VWeb. But I think I actually... Let me have a look here. 1 second. Let's see which screen does... Okay, this screen. Let me have a quick look here. Not that one. That's the wrong Excel sheet. I think I have a sheet somewhere. where I have VWAP stuff. Yeah, I have another one here, but this one is not. Do I have more? No. Okay, 1 second. Ta-da. I have another sheet somewhere else where I have much more data about the VWAP, but I have to look because I have many statistics sheets. But this was not just the VWAP. So I also have another one somewhere where it's just the VWAP and not with like confluences basically. So it's just some stuff from the past. This is like, you know, I collected lots of data here. But yeah, I can't find it quickly during the live stream. So wait. Did you go all in on your first trade? I did. My first ever trade was ETH as well, not even Bitcoin. Oh boy, it's the best worst trade I ever made, pretty much. Exactly. Are you using monthly and weekly? Yes, I do. What's up, MicroStrategy? How you doing, man? Or women, we don't know. But how you doing? Yeah, it's always good to collect data. So, and look for confluences as well, and then see what happens. Potentially you find something interesting which you can use to start building a strategy. I haven't checked the VWAP in such a long time. It's not in my standard. I don't use indicators in general, except for volume, if you call that an indicator. So, but in the past I did this and that. VWAP. And then it's just about collecting stats, and I wanted to collect stats like VWAP plus fibs, VWAP plus point of controls, VWAP plus, you know, and then you see if you get a bounce, how, and then I also have statistics in another one somewhere where how far is the bounce, 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, what is the confluence like, and then yeah, you can potentially use it, yes or no. But eventually with the strategy that the direction I went to with my strat, the VWAP became like it wasn't relevant to me anymore. So I removed it. Yeah, so I don't use it anymore at all. If you wish, tell us about the best and worst trade of your career as a trader. The worst, well, the best one is easy because I shorted very close to 69K because there were bearish CVD divergences. I don't know if people remember. I don't know if some of you used CVD then, but I had a little different plan. But so this was my thinking, right? So my short, you can't even see it. I need to go on a lower time frame, 4 hour, remove the target. We start with the best and then we go to the worst. Yeah. So on a 15-minute chart, right, we had a solid range here locally, and there were bearish CVDs building as well. And I put the stop above the high, and I just rode and then I used Elliott Waves to just go, just trail my stop loss. Yeah, that was nice. So I used CVD here already, but I wasn't as experienced, but at least I knew what bull and bear was, and I had some other tools, but also from an Elliott Wave point of view. So I already used Elliott Waves. I was a bit more of a noob. However, when price, this was another one Oh wait, this is actually arguably this is they're pretty much the same, because I had an Elliott Wave and CVD type of short here, but the moment we started pumping here, I entered with the stop loss below, and I closed here, and then eventually that was a trade, but then I didn't enter here, but this was nice. With my spot, back in the day I had a spot. I was too inexperienced to do anything with spot, so I literally went up and down with my spot, which is stupid. So I had my worst trade was ETH when it broke 1K, and then I was able to buy one Bitcoin, which I did in the like just here around 30K, and then I lost my profits pretty much like the first trade ever. I lost everything in this range, and then I bought back somewhere here, rode it all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Yeah, fun times. No, not all the way down, by the way. Not all the way down here. Sorry, I should change that. I rode it up, but I sold here before the pump, and I was too scared to get back in. Yeah, good times. But this was, I think, the best one because it was the longest. This was nice because percentage-wise, it's a good percentage because of you move up. My spot has been a mess. Buying, selling, losing, buying, winning, and just moving up and down. And then eventually I sold it here pretty much for almost like break even. And then I missed out on the pump because I was scared. Yeah, happens. And then my worst trade ever, which is not a loss. My worst trade ever is a win, which was why my first ever trade. I know the exact candle. I explained this not too long ago. What was it, 6.3 or something, or 6.7? I don't know, something. That was my liquidation. All my money was in the account. I had leverage, I don't know, like 20x or whatever it was. I don't even know. I was such a noob. It was my first trade ever. I saw ETH pumping. I was so emotional. I was on the station, opened my laptop, entered the position, didn't sleep till 4 a.m. Eventually I was like, fuck it, you know. Either I lose everything or I have some profit. This candle, that's where I joined. This exact 4-hour candle. That's where I joined the party. Very stupid. Now price, this is a 4-hour candle. Price went pretty sideways here for quite a while. And then it moved up and I was asleep. And then I woke up when price was at like 170, somewhere here. And then I was a little greedy and it moved down to 140. And that's when I closed. So I closed somewhere around 140. But this was my liquidation to lose everything I had. Not gonna lie, everything was in my account. My whole savings, my whole everything. My worst trade is not a loss. My worst trade is a big psychology mistake. From that moment onwards, I've never ever made that same mistake again. That's my worst ever trade. So my best trade are the longer ones. Oh wait, I spoke about Elliott Waves. So I didn't trust this move up because of the volume. Yeah, there was no volume. Yeah. So, and I also had a target area here. So yeah, that was nice. But yeah, my best trade, of course, is profit related. My worst trade ever is psychology related, not loss related. Because after I won that trade, right, it was a winner, I bought one Bitcoin, lost everything in the 30-40K, or not everything, but I lost my profits I made with the first trade and just a little bit more in the 30-40K range. And then I re-entered around 37, 38K, rode it all the way to 65, all the way down to 30. Then I went back to 40, closed there, missed the pump to 69. What the fuck, man? Oh. And then I was too scared to enter emotions. So, but after that first ever trade, I've never done that again. That was my trading psychology has improved a lot since the beginning, which was my main weakness from the very start, but not anymore. I mean, it's still my technicals. So the only weakness I have would still be psychology related, but it's much better. So because of my plan, my statistics, my data, I trade based on data, which avoids emotional stuff. And I have worked, I should say, a lot on my psychological control. And sometimes I still do. Don't get trading in the zone. Outdated. So, yeah. Do you have any Pine script to use the statistics you have collected? Or you enter manually? I enter manually, yes. So, I mean, in Diamond, right, people also trade my strategy and they track their own statistics, and it's all very nice because all the statistics line up, which is good to see, also from others. But we all enter manually. We have been talking about the potential of a bot, but the problem is that some of the rules are very difficult to code. So, yeah, it's a manual strategy. Market enters. GG, gaming language. Would like to see a high time frame ETH BTC 4 hour daily because of spots. You mean Mr. Brownbug? You mean a new high, or you mean a 4 hour daily analysis? Because that's of course the macro high time frame cycle video I always make. I just learned that the worst trades are the best, if I read the intention correctly. Oh yes, oh yes. I still remember. Look, you may have seen it, you may have not. Let me move you for a second. If I open my templates, you can see KRZ. KRZ stands for Koen's reversal zone. I know. It's very cheesy. Very cheesy. But nonetheless, you know, I gave it the name. The only reason I have that zone, which somehow works incredibly well, and I don't really know why. Also in ranges, I have multiple, so also in a ranging environment, this one is not for ranges. I have a range simple here, but the area between the 1.38 or around the 1.38 always gets respected very nicely, and I figured this out because of some losses I had. Oh, I'm on a 1 hour. I need to zoom out here. Zoom out more. Here, yes. This area kicked my butt. So what I eventually did is I did this. Let's do simple. This is for a range, but usually this is for range. But I was like, yeah, let me use the numbers. The 1.236 to the 1.38, you will see it gets respected a lot of times. You pull it from a high to a low here, got respected. You pull it from the high here, or arguably you can take that one, to the low, got respected, right? Pull it from the high here to the low, right? I mean, yeah, okay, little wiki. That's why I have this one. potential stop loss levels, right? And then some of the targets as well. And then I build statistics on how far price goes based on this strategy to what level, and then when it returns, or So I don't know. It's something that I tracked. We have a high in the range, we have a low in the range. I don't know why it works. It does. So, and yeah. So I built this when, what is this, August 21, and that's when I started building statistics on it. You tell me. I don't know, but it's an interesting thing, no? Yeah. The good old days. I don't really use it anymore because my strategy doesn't include this, like the KRZ, as I call it. But yeah, it was nice. It was a fun thing to find, and got many statistics on it. Crazy things we do because of the charts. Yeah, I think it's sometimes so important to zoom out. Like, you can get so stuck with your eyes in the charts and only look at the charts and oh shit and oh yes, and you get very hyped and very sad and all the emotion, like it's a full roller coaster. But then sometimes you got to look out your window. I have on both sides, and just be like out of the charts, right? Give your mind a little bit of a break. I'm here for coding. We'll try the impossible. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes in Diamond we have a couple of coders. Dario is one. I think we got in touch with Leviathan as well. But he also mentioned, and of course probably quite some people know him. So I think Ron Lelwa in the group contacted Leviathan to see, like, yo. But it's apparently very difficult. I've seen sometimes on your templates like CC. Yeah, so the 886 is Golden Pocket 786 and the 886. The extension is if price moves. So and then you have the extension with only the 1.38s. Or the 3/8 basically. In the past, I used to have. Wait, maybe I wait. Let's go to the Bybit chart, because I once upon a time traded on Bybit. Maybe I still have my folder here with the KRZ pools. Oh, look what do we have here. Wait, I gotta zoom out here to the weekly. Okay, there's more than one. This is old stuff. Okay. Very nice. Bottom. Oh wait, this one is pulled from. Okay, that's the one in the. Wait, what did I do here? This is a bit of an. Oh, okay, I see what I did here. This is not. Yeah, okay. So I matched this one up, as it seems, from this high to this low, to then create this pivot. But then I kept it on the chart. Price came back there, I see. But yeah, support, resistance. Yeah, I don't know. This one, resistance, support. Okay, next one. That one is not the best. This one is for log, it seems. That's what I wrote. Where's my pool? From here. Okay, so from the low, from this low to this high, the COVID low was in there on the weekly time frame. Yeah, and then bit of a range, bit of a range, bit of a range, bit of a range, support. Sometimes I put the 618s in, but I don't know. Maybe this is a 618 touch as well. What's this? The 0. Let's make this 0. No, we missed out there. Okay, this is another one. Oh, this is a lower time frame one. That was here for the all-time high. Never mind. What's this? Ah, that was this range. Oh lol, we're back where we were. And from this low to that high. All right, nice. So yeah, some old stuff, but my strategy doesn't really do that. A couple of channels that I like. This is old TA here. Pitchfork, speed fans. Oh, we're at the 7.5 speed fan. Know what you don't know. Lots of VWebs here. Probably a lot of session point of controls, swing failure pattern stuff. Man, I used so much of stuff. This was also when I tracked all the data on. I tracked so much statistics on all these stuff, and that is why I used it. Why it has boxes. Holy moly, I'm reading my folders. Why I have the folders here, not boxes. Oh, Bybit. What did we have here? Oh yeah, the monthly naked point of control, which is the Bybit point of control, it seems. 24K range, volume in the downtrend. Yeah, the good old times, no? So, there you go. A little bit of history. That's where I started. All those folders, tracking all these statistics, collecting all the data on all, like, a lot of different tools, and that was the beginning of building the strat. Within my trading friends, we call that extension the RD, range deviation fibs. That's a nice one, yeah. I think many people found the same area, just in a different way, or call it a different name. So I for myself, I always call it KRZ. But I can imagine there's many with a different thing. That has to do with the 618. Oh shit, I forgot to mute. Sorry about that, I forgot to mute my mic. With the 6.6. The bearish scenario, well, arguably I would recommend checking out the analysis as we went through everything in detail. But that would be an ABC finished, impulsive structure to the downside, or an ABC. An ABC can turn into a flat in an ABC impulsive structure, higher prices. And of course, the other one is you're going to be looking for a 5. These are your bearish scenarios here. I've learned to zoom the chart the hard way, seeing that the uptrend I saw was part of a larger downtrend. Yeah, the relief rallies. In harmonic patterns, exchanges are commonly used as optimal price levels. Interesting exit strategy. Also, hi Mateus, by the way, and David. And harmonic patterns. There's some people in the group as well that trade harmonics very effectively. Do you have any high time frame bearish count on Bitcoin? Yes, 10K. That's a finished ABC to the upside. And then you're going to move down to A2 11K. That's the big support area. That would be the most bearish count, if that's the high time frame you mean. I've seen that range deviation, but instead of I use 1272 and 134, and it's incredible. Yeah, it can be great in using it for a strategy. Are you in a short regarding my main strat? the one that I eventually developed myself, personal developed strategy, I'm not in any position at the moment. But that is only with that particular strategy, which is based on these statistics. So that's the main. That's the main. So, ooh. Today would be a beautiful day for a breakout, wouldn't it? Sun is shining in the Netherlands. But I do also want to have lunch. So I'm in, yeah. So I think what I will do is I have an alarm down here, just in case. I have an alarm up here, which is that close to my target box? No. I haven't had lunch yet. I'm live since 12. I'm live now for 2 hours and 10 minutes. Breakout in what direction? Well, would love the downside. Look, as long as this high is not taken, we're looking down. It's kind of simple. I would really like my blue box to be hit, but sometimes you might not get it. Like this was my, like this high for me feels a little bit like the middle of nowhere. So yeah. We're at the 786 now. I would love to see the reaction at the blue box if price can get it, but it has to get back in the volume profile and yeah. Did you see the collapse of Singapore Airlines? Boring. Tesla, Apple also not doing well. Ooh. Boeing. Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not too. I don't know too much about the stocks, but that is interesting. Maybe if they collapse, it can put some fuel on Bitcoin. Maybe wants to go with it. Would be nice. 10 degrees. I don't know how many degrees it is in the Netherlands at the moment. 5. 2, sorry. Where I live, it's 2 degrees. And it snowed today as well, but the sun is shining again. So yeah, it's 5 seasons. 4, of course, but many seasons in one day at times. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, it was like rain, snow, sun and rain. We had everything. And they say crypto is volatile. I know. Everything can be volatile. Keep hydrated. Exactly. Proost. Club sandwich sounds very good right now. It does. It does. Well, if I would, like for lunch, toasties, sandwich peanut butter, sandwich with jam, sandwich with cheese and salami, with pesto and sambal. Very nice. Options. Got more options. Got fruit. Oh wait, I currently have a bowl with frosted fruit that's unfrosting, and then I put some quark in when I come, like when I go down. So I already prepped that actually. So I have to put some quark in, and then I'm gonna put some different types of seeds on top of the quark, together with what's that other stuff? Ashley, what do you make the pop with again? What do you make the pop with again? Like oats. Thank you. Yeah, so oats, different seeds, then eventually oats as well. Mix it all together, and maybe add some honey or something. Yeah, make it a little bit sweet, but still quote unquote healthy. No? It is healthy. So weather is so nice. Let's dump that shit so I can take a walk. Exactly. I've been to the gym already this morning because I know if I go live, sometimes I go live and I'm still live after 5 hours. So if 42.1 count far candle is lost, then open a door to 39.2. That is where the golden box is. Interesting level for sure. The move from 42.2 is a 5. And the partner lag for that is still missing the box. The move from 42.2, this one, is a 5. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Absolutely. So that is what I would like to see. I explained this in the analysis earlier, but I'd love to see this. Man, it lines up. Lines up so nice. No? That would line up very nice. Zigzag target in confluence with the blue box, which also then means we're going to continue ranging for a while. Still, I'm at chili sauce and papers out. Tim, when is the last time I made you an omelette? Sure, that's a while ago. I still remember I made omelettes when we were with the friends all together. Like, what was it? Six people or something at my place, and we made the big omelettes. Yeah, that was good. That was very good. That's the puzzle. Yeah, I would love it though. I would like to see it. I have no problem at all. Because it's just a bit random for me to see price rejecting here, where it's a bit of the middle of nowhere. But it can happen. But usually it's the target boxes get respected nicely. So yeah. Spirit out, 66% drop in one day. Yeah. Well, there you go. Oh, stocks are so safe. Okay. Kidding. Something like that, yeah. Should do it again sometime soon. I think the last omelette maybe was for Stein. But not at his place, so it must have been at my place here. When we have a new kitchen, we should do it at my place. Okay. You can cook. I will. I will make some eggs. Make you all happy. Do you take along with the stop below? As long as my checkboxes are not checked, I do not enter any position. So, and at the moment, they are not. So, which is also a good reason to be live. Because I'm not actively involved at the moment. And even if I am actively involved, then I like to do it before a live stream so that I set everything and then I don't have to look at it anymore. But I think what I'm going to do, everyone, is have a bit of lunch myself and join the people that had lunch earlier, or dinner or breakfast, wherever you live in the world. And if we get some interesting price action, right, or volatility, maybe a breakout, whatever it is, you bet I'll turn on the live stream again so we can have a fun little chat about what's happening. The analysis has been done at the beginning, so make sure to check that one out. If you just joined, of course, there's the pinned message at the top of the screen. But that kind of summarizes everything from the daily chart to very local stuff. So I think that is the way to go. if you just joined, and you can check. I will make sure to put time, like I close the stream, I'll make sure to put timestamps in. If I can actually immediately do that. Not sure. It might have to load somehow, but I'll put timestamps in when the analysis started and when it ends. Yeah. Should you use any smart device? I mean, yes, that is indeed a topic. This is my background. I bet many people don't really know, but my background is the gaming and esports industry for 18 years, and I'm helping parents with gaming children for the past 8 years now. So I'm also an author of a book in the Netherlands called Mijn Gamende Kind, which is translated My Gaming Child, together with a psychologist, published by Maven Publishing, big one in the Netherlands. And it's about this topic. So do you also talk about from what age a child should use a smart device? It's a very personal question because every family has a different age that they think is healthy for their kid, because it's also very child dependent. And we have a couple of models as well that we would use. But you have to primarily look at your kid. And then secondly, look at his surrounding with the friends and stuff, what happens at school. So I can't give you one age to allow a kid to have a smart device. If you do give a kid a smart device though, make sure you keep talking. Don't just give the device and not talk about what the kid does on the device, because social media can be a harmful place, and it's best to, like, you don't know what they're gonna download and not, but you can't stop, especially if you give a phone, and not only for set times. Once you give a phone, the internet is their world. You can't tell them don't do TikTok. You can't, because they're gonna use TikTok. And if they are not allowed to use TikTok, they're going to go out the house to their little friend and use TikTok. So best thing to do is, once you give that phone, you teach them about what's right and wrong, but you also give them the discipline and the confidence that they know what's good and what's not good. Because if you say you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that on your phone, they're just going to do it out the house. It's the same as when you tell a kid, oh, you're not allowed to smoke. Yeah, then what? Like, I'm at school, you can't see what I do. I'm at a club, you can't see what I do. But what you can do is teach them about smoking. Why is it bad, right? What kind of effect has it on your body? You can show them stuff. And hopefully by educating them and telling them like my mom, like, oh yeah, you're not allowed to smoke here. No one's allowed to smoke in general. And we learn about this, and then you give them the trust that they know. Because you can't control. Once they got something or fly, if you say no, they're gonna say yes, but they're gonna say yes out the door. And if they use TikTok outside of your house, while you say in the house it's not allowed, you're not allowed to use TikTok, they're like, well, then I just use it at school. But then what you lose is you lose control, and what you also lose is you lose the opportunity to teach your kid to cope with social media. Because if a kid is allowed to do it at home, you can talk about it, you can see what someone does, you can see what they look at, how they react, what kind of movies they make or pictures or all that stuff. You have control. You can set rules. But if you say you're not allowed, well, then at home they might not, but then they do it out the house and you lose complete control. And they're not going to chat about the people that they talk to online, because they don't want you to know they're on the social platform. So if they get weird messages, they're not going to tell you, because they're scared you're going to get angry because you use the platform. Like, we see this over and over and over and over again, right? Like, it's you got to stay attached, right? You want to be with them and teach them the stuff. Yeah. 1 month, so we don't let her watch anything. But I see she will become calm. Yeah, that's what usually happens with very small kids. But so this is another thing that, like, again, I don't think many people know what kind of background I have, but I kind of summarized it just now. But another thing that we do is that if a child is very, very young, right, do not give them the digital oppas, as we say, like the digital nanny. Be the nanny. So if a kid is crying and you're in a restaurant, deal with the kid. Don't give a phone. Because what you're then going to do is you're going to imply certain habits where crying is rewarded with screen time. And you think your kid is 1 or 6 months or 2 years, so it doesn't matter. You bet your ass it matters. Once that kid turns 7, 8, 9, try getting them off the phone if you are doing this all the time. And then they're gonna like cry and cry and cry, expecting this. Like, be a parent, right? You chose to get a kid. Don't use the digital screens as a nanny. Be the parent. And it also teaches you stuff, and it's not comfortable, but a kid is not there to make you comfortable, right? You're not getting a kid together to have a comfortable life. It's difficult in the beginning. For the past 8 years, I've seen kids at people's houses. I've experienced so many stuff, the good stuff and the bad stuff. I've been at gaming addicted kids. I've been to families where everything went perfectly fine. I've seen it all. And yeah, you raise them. Don't let the phone raise your kid. You raise your kid. Be the example, right? And yeah, it will pay off 100%. Wow, we changed topic real quick from Elliott Waves to raising kids. But so lots of the speaking I do is about this topic. Also, very soon, next week, I have 2 speaking gigs on the 24th and the 25th of January. I have 2 speaking gigs for about 200 people each about this theme. Parents mainly. And then on the 31st or the 30th, 30 or 31st, I have another speaking gig about this topic as well. It's the most requested topic. And then on the 5th of Feb, I speak for students at the University of Amsterdam. On the 8th of Feb, I speak for students at the University of Rotterdam. So, and then there's more, but it's in the Netherlands. My most popular topic is coping with gaming children and screen time, and gaming in general. While global, if I speak at more bigger and global events, then usually it's more how to implement the gaming and esports industry. What are the trends? How can I as a company stay relevant for the upcoming 10 years using lessons from the gaming industry? That's what I then speak about. So those are more commercial topics, less related to parents and gaming kids. What is this chart at the left side? You mean this? This is the volume profile, or at the left side of the screen. This is a volume profile, this one. So it's a tool, this one, fixed range volume profile that you can find. I don't know, where do you find it? Oh, here. Fixed range volume profile. And then you can select a range, and it gives you the value area low, value area high, and the point of control. Which is a very good tool to have when price is ranging. So, what's up, Chaotic Speculator? Thanks for popping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, so everyone, I'm gonna wrap it up here. So I would love to see the blue box hit here. Let's see what happens, right? This is arguably the best resistance in this range. If you can flip this, yeah, okay, we have a bit of a support resistance area, but then probabilities, of course, increase for the high. Take this high, and that is when probabilities switch to the bullish scenarios. As long as you don't take this high, it's difficult to be really bullish. So we got to keep an eye here. So yeah, I'd definitely be interested in seeing price moving here, preferably coming back inside the volume profile, inside the range, and then we have the potential of a very nice zigzag structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Most common target for C is literally the box, taken from the low to the high to the low at the moment here, 1 to the 1.236. So that is an important area for both bearish but also the bullish scenario if you can pass it. So yeah, how to exit trades without greed. Let's talk about this soon, because you got to work on your trading psychology, which is not related to the, like, of course it's related to exiting trades, but you first got to understand where the greed comes from. Yeah, I know. I know. Abdul, next live stream, ask me again, and I can reply to you in a better way. So yes, okay, everyone, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. For the ones that just joined, the analysis was earlier at the beginning of the stream. Make sure to check it out if you just joined. If anything happens, like if we would break above the blue box, if price moves up and we break above the blue box, right, which is, by the way, between 43K and 43.2K, if price breaks above and we're going to move towards, you know, then I'll be live. But arguably, the probabilities only change for upside if we actually take the high. That's the invalidation for bearish scenarios, really. So up till that moment, downside is more interesting, but locally the blue box, yeah, I'd like that. So the analysis part is at the beginning. Check that out. I summarized everything, and everything is there. So Skywalker, you make sure to go to the beginning. I'll put timestamps there in a second as well. So I'm gonna have some lunch as well, everyone. Cheers, thanks for being here, and I'm gonna catch you soon again.